But, you know, they might sneak up on them. If they just run the ball and play their game, they'd be all right. Man, Bitcoin went down bad today, man. Whew. Yeah, this is like at 34,000 or something. This shit went down like 15, like 10 grand. 7, 8 grand, something like that. Pretty bad. Still going.
And the Minnesota Vikings taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
They're trying to work some business deals out.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback.
You watched that Young Buck interview on Vlad TV?
So here's the Viking offense making their way out.
Watched the Young Buck interview on Vlad TV.
6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting.
Yeah, so I think it's coming though. It's coming soon.
And he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on. We know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny?
It's over now?
Right off the top. Great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers. You're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense.
I don't think we have no explanation. He's asking questions. You ain't got to answer the question. He's just a reporter.
The toss right to Geis.
Yeah, Norrie's even worse because Norrie. Make sure he doesn't get. Yeah.
7 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield.
No, I like his voice is corny, but I like he gets people to open up and it makes it interesting.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the finishing touch was a nice long run into the end zone. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return.
He got some. He interviewed my mic. Michael Francesi.
Because we know he was upset.
That's a good one.
So after he collects the money from this guy,
he's a good mob dude. Francesi, I think his last name is. He got one with the dude that he used to do hits with the. He did one with Sandy Boy. He got one with Larry Mazza. That's a good one. That's because he used to work for the Grim Reaper. Yeah, Michael Francis. That's a pretty good one too.
Walks him off, goes through his whole business.
You can get some good people.
Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive. It's a quick first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense on that go-around. The offense won the chip. And that's caught inside the 30. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 60 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
And this carries into the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things out.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Out of the gun is Minshew. That's into the hands of the tight end ball. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field.
It is heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. It's a pick six for the Bengals TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Vikings offense now
that's one of your new players?
to take over. They gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious instead of just really take things in and know you're not going to play loose enough, give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it with Johnson. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Minshew has got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's getting another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, I think when they look at offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Jonathan Jones that time, the one who's got
let you tally up, man. Let it tally up.
2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Train.
At the 35-yard line.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. That takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
It's a lot of, like I said, psychology.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. It'll be Minshew again. Taken down by the Bengal pressure. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid
offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And for them to touchdown their last go-around, obviously they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Pass for 20. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Vikings 7.
For some reason,
They'll try and run forward, 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals add on to their lead. People always talk about one of his biggest
running back
football vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness.
Yeah, I got 2 running backs, man. I got Maurice Jones, Nation Drew, and Nick the Quick. Nick the Quick, Maurice Jones, Nation Drew. Oh, yeah, Orion Prime, I got him from your son. I never changed his name. I guess that's the name I guess that's his brother's nickname. I don't know where you got the name Orion Prime from.
He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field and it wasn't his fault. But say, hey, listen, there are going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
really just
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough here.
I got a couple plays that work.
Brought down at the 32. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
I couldn't believe it. It was like we found our lost door. And Greg says, let's
From
get
the
him.
gun, Bridgewater.
This way, Bone Crusher. Get him, Bone. Bone Crusher Smith.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
He pulls out. He pulls to the red line.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. I'm sure he wanted to have a huge game, wants to have a huge game as the quarterback, but really on the ground, they've been very, very hard to stop. Maybe you just keep going to that way.
I think so, and isn't it funny how the definition of balance changes for us from game to game? Sometimes it's 50-50, run it, throw it. Sometimes it's just being a balanced running team in terms of who's carrying the football.
More than one guy.
Right, multiple guys out there, and now your guy back there has to throw it. Don't have to worry about it quite as much.
And they've got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. Now the toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27. Now on 1st down, he'll drop the throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. By the way, as as we expected, most of the starting units out here in the second quarter. So get your 2 deep, your 3 deep, your 4 deep ready for this one.
If you have a particular favorite who wasn't a high draft pick or is an undrafted free agent trying to make the team, this is the time to watch him play and give it his best shot. Because most of the starters, you're exactly right, they'll be out of the game watching the rest of the way.
And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. And to give this time to the tailback.
That's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that.
And a baseball hat and glasses, sunglasses. I lean in. I was probably less than 6 inches from the back of his head with a riot control shotgun, and he never turned, blasted him. I remember seeing his whole face at the shield.
It's now
The nephew started screaming. We drove down the block, and as we got down the block,
the offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
And
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Oh my
It's going to be incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it
Yeah,
doesn't work
yes,
out. And the
man.
Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And he'll
I
have a
don't
tough
understand
time
that.
living
It's
that one
fake.
down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Nice throw here right side. He hauls it in.
Fuck, damn shit. What the hell? Let this slow ass man get defense to
15
press.
yards on the play, 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life. No doubt about it. You're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
They got Nicky Black. There's a big mafia movie going on. That's just crazy. Wow.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He goes down.
I looked at myself.
So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Now the Bengals going to
It took me a while because we must have a lot of people that got somewhat of an ounce of talent. I looked at a little bit. I'm gonna go on people's practice squads to see if I can find somebody.
This first half as he gets it away.
I got N'Keal Harry. I don't know why I even got this guy. I've been trying to pass him on for the longest. I thought I was gonna find a taker. They ain't got no takers, man. Nobody want him.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
I got for a third. I got a 90 overall for a third. I'd be a fool. He already paid to do.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
Yeah.
First down past the 40.
Yeah, I'm trying to transfer the computer. That was a strategy. That's right, Nick the Quick, 72-yard rushing touchdown. Get down there.
Touchdown of the game. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
The kicker on.
And always a
At
good
94
first half
speed.
when you can hit
I found him on the
twice.
Bills. Pray for him
And
quick.
it never hurts to have that good feeling.
Ladies upset saying,
Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line.
oh, he going on the rain, say?
Space.
What's his name? What's his name?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now the Vikings now heading onto the field. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They're throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Bridgewater now from the 50. Drop this down to Williams.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. You don't want somebody else to reap the reward of your hard work.
Stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Bridgewater, and he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. On third down, Bridgewater. That was him. Bridgewater loses the football. And the Bengals have
It's like bone crushing.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession.
Oh, you got the talent to do it now. You got your sons player. You should be in there.
So maybe a little less pressure on his shoulders as the quarterback.
Any pressure he's carrying right now, that's self-inflicted, right? He's taking it on. He doesn't need to. Continue to do what you just...
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead.
I'm saying, now you got two. I'm saying you got two of them dudes. Now you probably could.
It
don't even matter. He got abilities. Now you can really play your man because you can probably put that one step ahead on both of them. And you could really probably blitz if you want to. I'm trying to say, like, in order for that man to work, you gotta have that
they built a good
abilities.
first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime.
He's got it in, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 82 yards. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
This is exactly where I expect teams to take a
I knew he was trying to him. I'll take his ass over goddamn what's
the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels.
Gilmore.
And that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
He really raffling off his whole team. He must know something. He must know he can find himself that quarterback in the draft. Remember, like last night, he had a good quarterback.
This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field.
Yeah, right, man. We're going to have to change something. It's not fair that you kill all season for some BS.
And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. The handoff as they run the counter play. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
I don't think it's
Good
fair.
for a first down
I think
pickup of 18
at least
yards.
up it. If it's 75 or 50, make it 100 or something. There's some people out there that's busting their ass trying to get people good. he don't really care because all this dude's good. You know what I mean? He's cheese.
Don't worry about it. Bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TV. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty
Ain't
the
no way in
bench
hell
just
a nigga
yet,
that got 20
if you're a
touchdowns,
backup,
1,600 yards
start
receiving should lose
loosening
his
up.
X
I think you'll
Factor.
get a chance to play before this one is over.
No
now
way.
with that type of a
I
cushion.
don't care that you got all these astronomical numbers. I still did good enough, you know what I mean?
The kick is away.
Nigga in real life will have X Factor for that.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And fresh off the pick six. They've got to forget about that quickly.
I don't understand why Madden's focusing on franchise mode like this. They never did. Now they want to do all this other shit. I'm like, why?
Right back out there
Sick
doing
of
the
that
things
much
that he
shit.
does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Bridgewater. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Bridgewater to throw. And he's going to go down again.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
You know, this nigga resign. They got like 10 days left. He might let him finish it out.
It's coming right on top of him. Taken right around the 44. It's a return.
Shit, they better chill out. He get his goonies out there again.
Take over here, 1st and 10.
They ride for him.
Cincinnati now
Better
ready to
chill
take
out.
the field.
Get
And
them
last time
goonies.
the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right in your playbook, one play drive.
And this is caught. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And this offense is running away with this one.
All right,
He put
man.
quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
And, oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And again this time to the tailback. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. He was 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the 27, Bridgewater. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there for Minnesota. 42 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Pulling good on the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted. Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Bridgewater. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
3rd down and 17.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
This is taken at the 10. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cincinnati set to take over once again. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. 82 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And he's able to put it through. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And, that's what he's going to want back. A poor kick and heads straight out of bounds. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw, Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
His pass incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this game.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, a broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part, because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
It just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon.
21-yard line.
Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40. So that one will be accepted. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Bridgewater. Man open left side, it's Williams. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing is Bridgewater. Open man is Quinn. He completes it. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. And it's caught. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
In a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. They get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another mistake after the interception there and got you to look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays, really hurts the team on defense.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Made by Devondre Campbell. A pickup of 2 yards.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that one is incomplete. And now we're inside of 10 seconds. Just 9 remain. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to let it go again. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Tonight,
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.